Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY LAB. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how I turned my small account of 1.5K into 40K in just 1 month. And I'm also going to be sharing with y'all my thought process again to help all of you who may be brand new to the market and who are still learning about how to read the charts. All right after the intro. Alright, y'all. Before we begin, again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in. And also don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel, alright? So let's get started right off the bat. This is the small account. This is the Robinhood account. As you can see on September 22nd at exactly 10 a.m. The account started at around $1,500, and throughout the last month, the last 30 days, I was able to grow the account slowly all the way up into $40,000. $40,000 and $693 exactly. All right. So let's break it down to y'all. The first trade that I took, the first one that was pretty much able to move the account from this point all the way up to this point, was on BNTX. All right. And BNTX, that trade was taken on September 27th, and it was taken right over here. Again, I shared this one with y'all in a previous video. The concept behind it, the reason why I took it was because of this bear flag right here. The bear flag right across the chart, all right, and also the breakdown of this bearish triangle right here. It looks even better on the 4-hour time frame when I do this right over here. All right, so this is what I saw, and this is why I took that trade. I was able to capitalize from here, from around 320 all the way down to like 317 with the puts, the puts with the 300 strike. All right, from out of the money to in the money. So that's the first one. I could have held just a little bit longer. Obviously, there was a lot more money to be made on this one. So not the best trade, but again, it turned out for the best. That was the first one. Again, this is short selling, okay? This is short selling. The second one that was able to bring the account from this point right here on October 5th all the way up to here on October 6th, that one was actually on Mara. And again, for all of y'all who have been subscribing to the channel, I shared Mara with y'all when it was at exactly 33 bucks. And I told y'all to go long all from here all the way up here. So this was the move that was pretty much able to bring the account a little bit higher. All right. It kept chopping and it kept going all the way up to $43. I first took profits over here on that first move right over there at 40, and then I got back in later on Friday and held calls over the weekend to take more profits off from the chart over here at around $43. All right, and as y'all can see, it went a lot higher. And again, I kept sharing this one with y'all over and over again throughout the last videos because I was so bullish on BTC, and BTC actually broke the all-time high of 65,000. I believe today. Yeah, it broke that today, and so far it's doing quite good. If you haven't taken profits off of Mara from this point, you definitely should, because there may be just a little bit of a pullback or just some consolidation happening here. I thought this move was going to be over after we got to $49. That was my price target for the stock, but on Monday it just kept pushing and it just kept pushing, and right now I think this is where we consolidate and we go sideways. So that's one of the trades that I took, and that's my very honest opinion on Mara. Now, the next trade that I took, which was able to bring the account from positive 18,000 all the way up towards positive 28,000 in this region between the 13 and the 18, that one was actually NVDA. NVDA, which I shared with all of you as well. I shared that one when it was, I believe when it was at 215 I started taking the trade on it when it got to 214 and like 40 cents, somewhere over here. At this point, this is where I spotted this reverse head and shoulders. The left shoulders right here, again the head followed by the right shoulder. And for those of y'all who are like, who may be new to the market, every time you see this, like the majority of the time, the price target is almost always up here. It's almost always like right at the top here, all right? So if we go back to the video, the price target is right over here, all right? It tried to get there. I was holding since these levels. Let me change it to the 15-minute time frame, and let me go back. So as soon as it started running, we started buying calls over here, the 220 call, and we just kept holding and holding throughout that entire day. And it had a phenomenal day on Monday, I believe. And then I took more money off of this one, and it just kept going. The last calls that I took off was over here. I didn't like the fact that I didn't like the red to green move. Again, I wanted this thing to immediately just go out the gates and then just spike all the way up to 24 or even $25 immediately, so I could sell like right out the gates. But it didn't do that. Instead, they decided to play games and tank right out the gates and just keep failing and being choppy. And I ended up getting out and selling all of my remaining contracts on the video somewhere over here. All right, and then eventually I decided to go exactly where I wanted to go, which is frustrating, but it does happen. The inverse head and shoulders is it's not always it's not always as perfect as you want it to be. Like it can be a little choppy, a little tricky over here, but more often than not, it gets to where you want it, or it gets really close to where you want it to be before rolling over. All right, I think it's gonna take some time before it breaks 225. Moving forward, I think we're just gonna chill here again, being choppy, and then eventually move on higher. So people who bought in these levels are definitely gonna take their money off, and we're gonna see some consolidation. It's about to be choppy, just to let y'all know. So that's the trade on Nvidia. Now around that time, I found another play, the play that was able to bring the account from positive 28 all the way up to positive 43 to 42,000 over here. That play was on DOCU, DOCU. All right. And the pattern that I saw here, this one was a pattern within the pattern, which I explained way back for those of y'all who have been subscribing to the channel. The first one, looking at it from a bigger perspective, was right over here, right? There was a bullish pennant on the chart. It was right there. It was clean. I was watching it for a few days, all right? And then I decided to look at it a little bit closer when it was creeping up here in these regions. And I found another one. And I found another one, and this right there. All right, as you can see, this is the pattern within the pattern. And we started buying calls right over here at around 11 o'clock. This is where we started going really heavy on the stock. As y'all can see, I put out the strike price along with the stock, and I told everybody to just keep buying and just keep buying, because this thing is gonna break out and go even higher, because we weren't gonna sell on that day. Again, this was a very clean setup, a very clean trade. Two reasons to take the trade. Again, the reason on the bigger scale along with the reason on the smaller scale. All right, so it lined up perfectly. So this is where we pretty much bought calls. I went in super heavy with like 40 contracts, and then as soon as it spiked in the morning, this is where I sold a lot of my calls right over here. And I decided to leave some runners just in case they wanted to get up to the price target of at least 280, which I was looking forward to, either on that day or the next day. But it didn't make it. It tried to make it today, but it immediately faded down and just consolidated and just stayed down here. And again, I ended up getting rid of the residual runners right over here. Again, I can always go back in. I don't know how long it's going to consolidate. And the calls on DOCU was for Friday. They expired on 10/22, which is really, really close. Again, data is really aggressive on those contracts, especially when the stock consolidates. And I don't like that. But I do think it still has more room. I will be watching it. I just don't know exactly when. It could dip a little bit more to 265 and provide like a better buying opportunity to scoop up calls on the dip before it bounces again. Or it could just go sideways and still lose value because of theta. All right. Now, the last one that we took a trade on, that one I didn't do too well on there because, again, my position on it was small and my exit wasn't the best either. It was on Baba. And Baba, again, Baba and DOCU kind of broke out at the same time. All right. The pattern on there was clean. I decided to choose DOCU over Baba on the 19th. Yeah, on the 18th. Yeah, on the 18th, because obviously DOCU had more reasons for me to buy them, which is an easier trade. That's why I took that one. But some people also took this one, and they just kept running and running. I decided to buy some calls on it right over here at the close. I was actually in the plane when I bought this one, on my way back to the office from vacation. So I bought in right here at like 2:15, and then it spiked overnight, and I didn't take profits until right here, until it retested the VWAP. That's why I decided to take half of the money off. All right, and it tried to go higher, it just couldn't, and it dropped again, and then I ended up getting breaking even on the rest of the calls right over here. Could it go higher? It probably could. Again, I don't know how long these stocks are going to consolidate, and the contracts was also for 1022. So yeah, I'm not about to hope that this thing just jump up tomorrow. And I don't know. Again, if I don't know, I'm not gonna be holding it, and I'm not gonna be trading it because the contracts are just gonna be losing value. All right. So that's pretty much the thought process behind these trades. Again, when it comes to trading, especially with options, um, try to find things that are more simple. The simpler, the better, and make sure that you focus on the clean ones. All right, trade what you know, and if you don't know where something is going, or you are indecisive, or you're feeling some sort of hesitancy, it's okay not to trade. It's okay to sit on the sidelines. But yeah, I just wanted to just do a brief recap and explaining some of my thought process behind some of these trades that we have taken. I'm also going to be showing you again, apart from my performance with these trades, I'm also going to be showing y'all exactly how everybody else in the Discord did. Again, because it's not just about me. As you can see right here, this is on the 18th. This is when DOCU started to go up. I was up by 4 grand on that specific day. Again, let me just scroll down. Somebody was up 8 grand because they went a lot heavy on DOCU. And then yesterday, this is when we started taking money off the table. Somebody was able to make 5 grand off of that one. Another person was able to make some money off of DOCU, 2 grand right here. All right, and somebody else was able to make 2.5 grand off of those DOCU calls, and more people were able to make more money on DOCU. Somebody was able to make $800 on there. Another person just posted the percentage gains, which was 393% of DOCU. And then again, these was my gains from that day, and more people made more money on DOCU. It was pretty much a good week, apart from like right now, just things are slowing down. And when things are slowing down, we ease up and we just try to look for other opportunities that are about to make bank. And this was pretty much how I was performing throughout that last week right here. And yeah, that's pretty much how we did. That was the recap. And I hope that was helpful to all of the beginners. And that is the end of the video. Again, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, it helps the channel a lot and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you would like to be part of our private Discord community, You can find it as the very first link in the description of the video below. Also, if you're not following us on social media, you can find me at Paul and Guma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, I'll have some very basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 15 minutes or less for you to get signed up with all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850 right after you sign up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma, Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video, alright? Enjoy the outro.